to all. I, Professor Raghavendra MJ, welcome all the participants for the 4-day faculty development program on research methodology, a detailed research process which is organized by Sanatana Research and Training Institute, a unit of Sanatana Sampratishthana Register, Mysuru. So let us begin this webinar by seeking the blessings of the Lord Almighty. कल्याणाय गात्राय कामितार्थ प्रदायिनि श्रीमद् वेंकटनाथाय श्रीनिवासाय ते नमः. Now I request Dr. Ramachandra CG, Managing Director of Sanatana Research and Training Institute, to welcome and introduce the speaker of today's session.
Very good morning, one and all. So I take this opportunity on behalf of Sanatana Research and Training Institute, which is an unit of Sanatana Sampratishthana, Mysuru, to welcome today's session 4 speaker, Dr. Manjayayam, a National Institute of Technology, Warangal, Telangana. The participants from different parts of the country, like from Karnataka, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, Maharashtra, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Assam, Odisha, and even from other country, Bangladesh. So let me introduce today's speaker, Dr. Manjayayam. So he has completed his undergraduation in B in Mechanical Engineering in the year 2009 from University BDT College of Engineering, Davanagere. He has completed his post-graduation, his MTech in Production Engineering in the year 2011 from University BDT College of Engineering, Davanagere. And he has completed his PhD in Mechanical Engineering in the year 2015 from National Institute of Technology, Karnataka, Surathkal. Postdoctoral, he has completed his postdoctoral fellow in the year 2016 from University of Johannesburg, South Africa. And coming to his experience, he has got 5 years of teaching and 9 years of research experience. Presently, he is working in the Department of Mechanical Engineering at National Institute of Technology, Warangal, Telangana from 2009 till date. And he has worked as assistant professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering at Manipal Institute of Technology, Manipal. And he has worked as research associate in Central Lands, that is GEM CNRS Lab, France. He has secured first rank for the university in MTech. He has published 23 papers in reputed national or international journals. And he has published 4 book of chapters in Spinger International Publishing as well as Elsewhere Publishing. He has presented 5 papers in international and national conferences. He is a visiting researcher at University of New Brunswick, Canada. He is also a visiting researcher for the University of Sheffield, United Kingdom, and even for Okuma Corporation, Aichi, Japan. He has received Elsewhere Outstanding Reviewer Award in the year 2018, and he has delivered many invited talks in the international and national conferences as well as faculty development programs. His research interests includes advanced machining, additive machining, manufacturing, and surface engineering, and shape, memory, alloys, etc. And he is specialized in non-conventional machining, metallic additive manufacturing, surface engineering, and statistical modeling. So it is brief. This is a brief introduction about today's the speaker, Dr. Manjayayam. And so let us start this the session with this small quote. Research is an organized inquiry to provide information for the solution to a problem. So knowledge is divine and knowledge is powerful, and it should be shared. If we share our knowledge, then only we can enhance our own knowledge. So today the speaker will give you the in his session the various steps to carry out research. And under research methodology, he will be discussing the design of experiments method, etc. So this is today's is content. So with this, I wish all the participants will have a fruitful interaction with the speaker of today's session. Once again, I thank one and all.
Thank you, sir. Now I request today's speaker, Dr. Manjaya M., National Institute of Technology, Warangal, Telangana, to start the session.
Thank you for the nice introduction to Dr. Ramchandra sir, and thank you one and all. Today we are going to deal with the research methodology, how we have to conduct the research, and what all the things are there in research methodology, how we have to concentrate on the research things, and some of the basics about the design of experiments I'm going to tell. Coming to the research methodology, many of you people, we are aware that research means we have to do a lot of work, we have to do some novel things in the research and publish some good articles, and then going to get some patenting of the work or something like that. Coming to the introduction, research means it is a search of knowledge in a scientific and schematic search for relevant information on a specific topic. If you consider any topic, we need to undergo a thorough research. Scientifically, we have to investigate, and the scientific investigation in a systematic way, how it is relevant to particular specific topic. Whatever topic we choose, for particular to that topic, we need to undergo a specific intention. What is the outcome of that research? What use of I'm going to do that research? Is there any application wise, or is there any scientific knowledge coming out from that research? Those things we have to carefully understand during the research. According to Oxford Dictionary, a careful inquiry, especially thorough search of new facts in any branch of knowledge. It's based on the Oxford Dictionary. They are telling what about research? Research means a careful inquiry of any thorough new facts in any branch of knowledge. According to Clifford Woody, research comprises defining, refining problems. Means we are not going to develop some novelty works or new invention in these things. We are just redefining or redeveloping the by formulating hypotheses or suggesting the solutions or collecting or organizing and evaluating the data and making the some deduction and reaching the conclusions. Means we are doing some theories basically existing one. Based on those things, we are redefining and formulating hypotheses and data collecting, and in a proper manner we are organizing and then evaluating, and then we are going to conclude. These are all the conclusions from the based on the research work we are carried out, and with some testing and conclusions whether it is the acceptable or not. Those things, it may be wrong also, it may be right also, whatever it may be, we are going to conclude based on from our things. Research is an organized set of activities to study and develop a model of procedure technique to find the result of realistic problem supported by the literature and data such that its objectives are maximized. Means whenever you choose the research, means how we have to choose the research based on our interest, in what interest we are going to do the research, and as well as we have to do the some literature support, and we have to do the some data collections before going to start the research in this field or in any specific topic. How much of research has been carried out on those topics, what are all the existing data is available on those things. Means once we have to finalize this literature survey as well as data collection, then you can able to create some the objectives of your work. Means whenever you want to do research, we have to do basically these things first to understand the existing work is done in this field, and also we have to choose whether we are going to do a advanced research or the basic research, application oriented or the scientific oriented. And some terminologies are there in this research methodologies. The data, what do you mean by data? Data means it is a measurement of records of facts made under a specific conditions. Means whatever we are collecting data during the experimentations, those are all the data that is under specific condition depending on with respect to different the topics are different research, we are going to collect the different types of data, whether it may be the management data, or it may be the experimental things, or it may be the simulation things. Depending on the specific conditions, we are going to collect the different data, that is the measurements we are going to record. And the hypothesis means the tentative assumptions of a study are expected results of the study. Means we are going to do the tentative assumptions of the study are the expected results of the study. Then independent variables. During this research, during the experimentation, during the measurement, there are a number of variables will be there. Some variables are independent, some variables are dependent variables, or some are uncontrollable variables will be there. The part of the research experiment in the research is manipulating, also called the experimental or treatment variables. When you are conducting the experiment, some independent variables are there that you cannot able to control it. It's called the treatment variables are there, and some you are able to control during the experiment. This is the experimental results we are going to get it. And some dependent variables are there. The dependent variables are affecting the independent variables. Whatever the independent variables are there, the variables are affected by the dependent variables. And the population, a total number of subjects which they abide the inclusion and exclusion of the criteria. Means there are a number of things are there. In that there are some inclusions as well as exclusion criteria will be there. And the review, a research paper that is critically evaluation of a research on a particular topic. Means when you are doing the literature review or literature survey, you have to do the review. A lot of research papers are already published in the particular area. We have to do thoroughly critically evaluation of the research on a particular topic. You have to choose a specific topic, and that specific topic, how many number of research papers are already published, or what all things has happened. All these things we have to do very thoroughly. Means very specifically we have to do. Unless we have to do the specific, we cannot able to come up with a proper or a good outcome or a good objectives of your work. And the research proposal bar the synopsis. Whenever you are doing the review or the literature survey, you have to come up with some proposals. That is the objectives of your future work. That is called the synopsis. A formal preparation that includes the introduction, review of literature, and proposed methodology of conducting the study. That is called the research proposal. And what is the research methodology? What do you mean by research methodology? It is defined as the highly intellectual human activity used in the investigation of a nature and matter and data is collected, analyzed, and interpreted. Means when we are going to do the research methodology, we have to the human activities involved and as what are the possible, that is called the research methodology. What is the objectives of this research? When you define the objectives of the research, to gain familiarity with the phenomena, whatever the phenomena we are choosing in a specific topic, you have to get some familiarity in that things. Then the pottery particular individual situation or a group. Characterize a particular individual situation or a group of things. And to determine the frequency of which something occurs or with which it is associated with something else. Means we can able to determine the specific things or which can indirectly which is associated with something else. Those things also the objectives of your the research. And to identify the a causal relationship between the variables. For example, if you take some objectives of any work, some machining process or anything, there are a number of variables are affected. Either it may be cutting speed, depth of cut, power, all those things are there. That can be the relations between this interrelable, the relations between these variables can be identified. How it is going to be affected on your the outcome of your work. This is called the research objectives. Whatever we are defining, those are all the research objectives. And Attributes of good research study. When we call attributes of good research study, we'll say good research study means we have to define a proper objective and we have to control that and generalize stability and as well as bias free and systematic analysis of these things. The objective means it's a good research must answer the a research question. Whatever the question we are defining, that is the can able to answerable for the objective of these questions. And control means a good research must be able to control all the variables. Means whenever you are carrying out the research, it should be controlling for all the process variables. And generalizability means generate a similar results when used for other methods. Means see the same method whatever you are producing, it can be applicable for other methods also. That can be utilized for both the multi-purpose things. And bias free means research should be a free form personalized basis, means free from the personal bias, and it should be based on the objectives and not on a subjective matter. It should not be on the a subjective matter. Systematic means a good research study must have a various well-planned steps. That is, all steps must be interrelated, and one step should be lead to another step. That is the systematic method we have to go for the research things. A step-by-step procedure means one should be interrelated to the another previous steps. That can be a systematic approach to conduct the carry out the research. And some of the few types of research studies are there. What type of research studies are there means it can be a descriptive research, or it may be the analytical research, or applied research, or basic research, or quantitative research, or qualitative and conceptual research. Means we have to choose in what type of research I am going to do and what is my capabilities. Based on that, you can take the descriptive research, or it may be analytical research, or it may be applied research. These things you have to identify and you have to take these things. And descriptive research means a survey and facts finding inquiries different kinds of things. That is the purpose. It may be the description of the state of affairs as it is existing at the present. And a researcher has no control over the variables. He can only report what has happened or what is happening. Means you cannot able to control the variables. You can only tell these variables are affecting these things, and it cannot be affecting of the outcome of the your research. The analytical research means it involves individual study and evaluation of variables informations in an attempt to explain complex phenomena. Means we are going to explain some complex phenomena. Based on those analytical studies, we can able to tell the what happening in these complex phenomena. The researcher has to use facts or informations already available and analyze these to make a critical evaluation on the materials. Whenever you are trying to do something, you have to do a critical evaluation of that work. Then only you can come out with some objectives of the outcome of that research. Means thoroughly analytical experts, you have to do that things. Then only you can able to tell the a critical evaluation of the research. The conceptual bar the experimental research. Many of the we people are preferring this experimental research. The conceptual and experimental research we prefer. So these the mechanical engineers we are preferring this type of the experimental research. It is related to some abstract ideas but theory experiments. Some theoretical experiment we are going to do that attempting to establish cause and effect relationship. We know that the carbon diagram as well as the Fisheries effect as well as the fishbone diagrams and cause and effect diagrams. These diagrams it is consisting of some no many number of variables which is directly affecting or indirectly affecting the outcome of your responses. That we have to identify or attempt to make to establish some the cause and effect relation between the input and the output variables. That is called the experimental research. The scientific method. The scientific method means the application of a valid and reliable research method is called the scientific method. Means whatever we are applying the research method that should be valid and reliable research method is called the scientific method. It has a three distinct characteristics. The one is objective, should enable to classify facts accurately. The second one is the accuracy of the measurement. Whatever we are doing that experimentations or the scientific involvement, the scientific analysis, that should be accurate of the measurements. Only collection of facts will not be sufficient. Whenever we are doing collection of data or those things, it will not be sufficient. It must be able to make observations of the correlation and sequences which can be derived as a desired results. can be regarded as a desired results. Self-criticism should critically examine the research as the study done is not sure that they have found truth. Means we have to self-criticize what research we have done, whether it is the scientific approach or some kind of experimental data we are evaluated. And management research. The importance of this research in management assessment is the three factors stimulates decisions. The managers increase the need of more and better information, the availability of the improvement techniques and tools to meet these needs, and the resulting information overloaded. This is called the management research. The role in business or in industry studies. In the common use of this research decision making in the marketing research, whether the product research, assessment of suitability of the goods with respect to a decision, design and a price. Based on the design and price, we can assess the product of the research, and as well as the market characteristics, whether it may be qualitative or quantitative, whether it may be the size of the market and how it is used, how the product has been developed, and what is the shopping habits, and all those things will be going to give the marketing characteristics of the research. And as well as the sale research, the analysis sales recorded, means that is the sale records. And as well as the new product launching also, it will depend on based on these criteria when we are going for the marketing research. And as well as in the roles in the business and industries, it's also consisting of the government policy and as well as economic systems. It will help us to examine the consequences of the changes coming in economic conditions, and as well as solving operational and planning methods. And it helps in designing the forecasting, which helps in efficient production and investment programs such as purchasing and financial plans with the effect of profit and loss account. Means these are all we have to come with a management research. When you are product launching, when you have to do the survey in this management aspects, in the management research, these things you have to consider things. And some social relationships also you have to consider in this management. Helps in people earning their livelihood, and it helps to students to know and write the report various of findings. It may help researchers in general to generalize the new tech theories, as well as all those things can be the social relationships. And the management research is also follows with a systematic and objective process generating the information and to current of the marketing management decisions. And when you go for the survey of these marketing things, products oriented, all these the sales of these things, the development of the product, and how it lies the product to the society. And this can be the aim of to obtain in-depth understanding of the a particular object. Means you should know the particular object, how it is useful to the society. And then rising competition has compelled many organizations to conduct the market research, and organizations many conduct research themselves by the on the same products. And some of the approaches in this management research are there: pure and basic research, the objective research, and evaluation of the research, and as well as the applied research. These are all the things when you are going for the management research, they are approaching this step, the management researchers. And when you come across with this literature review or the literature survey we call, when you are finding the some novelties in the particular topic, how you have to identify the novelty of your work or objectives of your work. Means when you are doing the literature review, to see what has and has not been investigated, what has already happened or what has not been investigated. Means when you have to identify these things, you should read the papers, the literature articles very thoroughly. Means we have to since from 15 years in this particular topic what has happened. Particularly you have to listen in the particular paper, they will not give an the outcome or you can able to decide the future work of the work. Then you have to thoroughly read all the papers connecting with respect to a particular topic and particular area of the work. Then only you can able to identify what has been done in this area and what has not been investigated in the particular area. That is to develop a general explanation for observed variations in behavior or a phenomena, to learn how others have defined and measured key concepts. You have to identify how others has been used and defined, and something key concepts has been developed from the others also you have to identify. And to develop alternative research projects, particularly parallel to those things, we have to also develop some alternative research methods for the existing things, and to discover how the research project is related to the work for others. Means whenever you are defining some research projects, you should know the literature background, how it is related to the already past work has done in this areas or in the particular topic. And based on these things, whenever you are defining this literature survey, after defining this literature survey, you have the views of your work. When you define these views of your objectives of your work, we must know what experimentally how we have to plan. Means that is the planning design or based on the objectives of your experimental design. Means in this experimental design, some of the key terms are there. The key terms are there. Experiment means the process of collecting data. The design effects means planning and collecting the samples, and as well as response variables measured in an experiment. The experimental unit means object upon which the responses y is measured. That is the experimental units. And factors, some of the factors will be there, that may be the independent variables or dependent variables. Those are the factors. And the levels assumed by the factor in an experiment. Means that levels we can assume by yourself based on the constraints of that particular experiment. You should know the maximum and minimum level of the particular operating experimental machine, or it may be something else. You should know the level of operating can be the experiment by defining yourself or based on the literature survey of the data. And the treatment means a particular combination of levels of the factors in an experiment, that is called the treatment. So steps in an experimentation: select the factors to be included. That is the process factors we are going to do. That we have to initially select all the process variables which is affecting the outcome of your research, and choose the treatments, and as well as determine the number of observations to be made for each treatment, and plan how the treatment will be assigned to the experimental units. Means we have to define some process variables, that is the factors which are including affecting the outcome of your work, and as well as determine the number of observations, how many observations we are going to carry out for the each treatment or each experimentation, those things. And based on those things, we have to assign particular the experimental units of the outcome of your experimentation. And in this, during the experimentation, we are considering some noise variables also will be there. For example, volume and as well as noise. Volume means the quantity of information in an experiment. That is how much quantity of information you are collecting during the experimentation. That volume increases with a large sample size. Selection of treatments such as the observed values, y provided information on a process parameters as an of interest. And the noise means it's an experimental error. When you are doing experiment, always the noise will be there. That is the experimental error, which is called the noise. This noise can be reduced by assigning the treatments to experimental units. That can be reduced by the assigning the treatments for the experimental units. That noise errors. That is the experimental error. And coming to the introduction to the design of experiment, an experiment is a test or a series of tests. Whenever we are conducting the experiment, it might be the single test, or it may be the series of tests, it may be the number of trials going to run, and we are taking the average of the experimental results. The experiments are used widely in the engineering world. Process characterization and optimization, or evaluation of material properties, or product design and developments, and component and system tolerances determination. All experiments are designed experiment. Some are poorly designed, some are well designed. When you are planning the experimentation, you must know how we have to plan, whether it may be the poorly designed or well designed. How we have to choose this poorly designed and well designed. Can say some of the examples. For example, there are n number of factors are there. Control variables are in non-controllables. Means we have to choose the proper design of experiment. In the design of experiment, there are different methods are there. The Gucci method is there, the response surface methodology is there, and the full factorial and fractional factorial methods is there. Depending on the outcome, depending on your expectation, we have to choose the proper design of experiment. For example, if you want to identify only the significant factors in your work, what are the significant factors which is affecting your output or the responses, that you have to select based on your the experience and also based on the this number of factors and as well as uncontrollable variables. To reduce the time, we have to go for this design of experiment, and also it will improve the performance of the existing process and improve the reliability and performance products, and as well as achieve product and process robustness, evaluation of materials and design alternatives, setting components and the system tolerances can be done with this design of experiments. You can see these are all the 4 years of histories of the design of experiments. I'm not going to much deep in these things. Can go through in all the fields how the design of experiment has applied in all the areas, agriculture to industrial and as well as all those things. During this design of experiments or the planning of the experiment, you must know the principles of the experimental design. How we have to design means control effects of occurring variables on a responses with a plan of collecting the samples. We use experimental data instead of observational data, and whether we are doing the randomization or the replicate. For example, the randomization means the running the trials. Whenever we are doing the experimentation, those trials we are doing, the running the trials in an experiment in a random order. Means we are not to do in a proper order wise. We have to do experimental always in a randomized manner, because then only we'll get to know what is the noise error and what is the factors which are affecting the outcome of your responses. And notation of the balancing out of the effect of occurring variables, we can able to balancing out this occurring effect of these variables on the output results when we are doing the randomization. And the replications, and always when you are doing the experimentation, we have to do the multiple replications. We cannot able to come out single with the outcome of these things. We can able to tell the outcome of this research. We have to tell the multiple replications depending on the sample size. For example, if you want to conduct some, you will be having 5 factors and you will be having 3 variables. During that things, we have to conduct around some 90 experiments or some 100 experiments are there. That are the cannot able to conduct so many types of the to identify the replicability of the work. During those things, we have to choose the design of experiment with respect to the number of variables. For example, if you take 3 to the power of 3 factors are there, 3 levels are there. If you conduct 3 to the power of 3, you have to conduct for 27 experiments for the full factorial design. That cannot be to identify with respect to the proper number of variables. Conduct 3 to the power cannot be n minus 1. That is the number of factors minus 1. Then you can able to identify which is the nearest design. That is, it may be the L9 design, or it may be the L18 design, or it may be the L27 design. Based on this number of factors, when you collect these, we have to choose at the proper the experimental design we can able to choose and to conduct the experiment this work instead of conducting the 99 or conducting 100 experiments on those. In that case, we can go for the replication things. Means you can go for replication methods and you can able to estimate or identify the errors and as well as the background noise in these things. That replication versus the repeated measurements, that can be identified the estimation errors. And the blocking means dealing with the nuisance factors. The randomization means the use of the chance divided experiment into a group called randomization. Means we can able to randomize the experiment by dividing the experimental units into a group. And comparison of effects of several treatments is valid only when all treatments are applied to a similar group of experimental methods or experimental units. Whenever you are conducting the experiment, should be several number of effects will be there. It should be validated. All the treatments are applied to a similar group and the experimental units will be there. How to randomize? For example, if you flip the coin, it may be head or it may be a tail. That is the randomization of the two numbers. It has to come either it may be the red or tail. That is the randomization things. Use a random number of tables. You can choose the random numbers table and use a statistical software package or some programs will be there. Means to randomize your experiment, either you can do manually also. That you need some time consumption to do the randomization of your work. That is, we can do the permutation and combination to randomize your experiment. Or you can go with some statistical software. That is the existing software that is all there. Minitab or design of experiment or SPSS or Systat or so many number of statistical softwares are there. Based on that, you can choose any one statistical software to randomize or design the planning of experimentations. The complete okay, okay, thank you. Mic on ಇದೆನಾ sir?
Now we can audible to you. You can start.
Okay, sir, thank you. My screen is visible, right, sir?
It's visible. You can start.
Hello.
It is visible.
Sorry for interruption with respect to these things. Randomization, we are talking about how we have to the use of chance of dividing the exponent at different groups. Number of groups you can able to create, that is called randomization. Comparison of effects of several treatments is wide. One other treatments are the applied to a single group of experiments. How to randomize? For example, if you take some coin, that is in that coin will be having a that may be the head and has to come. Means we will be having only the two flip of coins. That is randomizing. It has to come. It has to come the tail. Using the randomization of number of tables, randomization tables will be there. That can be analyzed by the basic probability distribution will be there. You can do manually also, or you can go for some statistical, the software testing tools also. That there are a number of statistical testing tools that can consider the Minitab, design of experiment spaces or Systat, or any other statistical tools also. Generally for the Minitab and design of experiment for these type of experimental designs. And the complete randomization is randomization A to D factors and applications are there. That is A1, A2, A3, and as well as B1, B2, B3 for all the 4 factors. This is how we have to consider the randomization of all the factors for the applied to a similar concept, that is randomization A1, B1, C1, A2, and algorithm B2, C. This is how you have to consider coin. Factors, when you are conducting some factorial design of experiment, distribution will be there. You can manually also, and you can go out so many number of statistical patching tools that can consider the main design of experiment. Distribution will be there. You can go further some statistics. There are so many number of design of experiment. So you might be having a factorial experiments will be there. Each factors and each combinations of factors are studied. For example, A has a two levels, high and low level. Factor B has a two levels, on and off. Then the total number of experiments is 2 into 2. You'll be having 4 number of experiments you have to conduct. That is how you have to conduct those experiments. That is in the first A1 and as well as B1. That is high and on, like that, and as well as high and off. That is the A1 and as well as B2. Similarly, A2, B1, A2, B2. Like that, we have to go for the experimentation. These things. Experimental experiments measure the difference of the responses from one level of factor high for A and another level factor for low for A. And when you are doing this factorial experiment, for example, if you consider A1, A2 levels and as well as B1, B2 levels, particular to that, I'm just giving the some number values, measured values. And when you are measuring this, which factor is affecting more, and that we can able to identify based on the average difference between the levels. For example, the A1, A2 and all those things, B1, B2, B is something. Average value of A is 20 and average value of B is 10. In these things, how we can able to tell which factor is affecting more? Means the average value of A is having a more effect on the factor B than the factor B. When you are changing slight variations in the factor A, normally it is affecting more on the factor B. That is, A is a more significant factor than the factor B. From these things, we can able to identify which factor is affecting the more. And you can see in the factorial design of experiments, the interaction, whether the interaction is there or not in the design of experiments or in the whatever the experiments we are conducted. In these things, for example, if you see the whatever the if you observe these graphs, factor A and factor B and observation, this is the outcome is observation for series of experiments of series 1 and series 2. If it is coming, the series 1 and series 2 are both in parallel with respect to varying levels of factor A and factor B, then there is no interaction at all in your experimental works. If the factor A and factor B variation is there in both the series, you are going to have some variation effects are there, then you will be having some interaction effect will be there in your experimental these things. Then you can able to identify the interaction effect. Unless if you are having a parallel lines, unless if you are having overlapping lines, if you are identifying the interaction effect, there is no use at all for your experimental works if it is in parallel manner. This is how we can able to design and plan the experimentation, and as well as you are identifying the research and as well as literature things and identifying the problems, all those things will be there. This is about the basic overview of the research methodology and the overview of the design of experiments. In design of experiment, there are a number of things are there. We need so much of time to learn all those things. I'm telling you, the response surface methodology is there, as well as the Taguchi experiments is there, and as well as the factorial design is there, fractional factorial design is there, and how we have to choose the experiment. Either it may be the L9 factor, or it may be the L18, or it may be the L27, or it may be the central composite design. In that central composite design is there, box Beckman design is there, and central composite, and that is based on the response surface. When you are going to choose for only for the significant effect, not significant effect, you can go for the Taguchi experiment. And if you want to identify some relationship between the input and output parameters, we have to go for the this random surface methodology techniques. And if you want to have conduct only with a less number of experiments, you can go for this fractional factorial. Those things based on your factors and the levels if you are choosing, you can go for the. Thank you for the listening, participants, and giving me an opportunity to go for this research methodology talk. Thank you, research methodology talk.
Thank you, sir. Any participants is having any doubts, clarification, you can post it on the chat box.
So participants are requested to put your doubts or clarification in the chat box so that I can unmute you directly. You can speak with the speaker. So any clarifications regarding his presentation, design of experiments, whatever it is? You can start posting the chat box one by one. We will take it and you'll try to answer it. Yes, participants. Vasant Kumar, yes. Vasant Kumar, so you can start. Over to you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Sir, suppose if we have data input parameters and
Yeah.
using the same input parameters, we have different design of experiments.
Yeah.
If we do the design of experiment using the same data, so does it gives the same answer in all the types of design of experiments, sir?
Yeah, outcome will be the same, sir. Whatever you can choose, either response surface methodology or the Taguchi design, whatever you choose, the outcome will be the same. But the thing is, design of experiment is just to give us an idea to plan the experimental things. It will reduce the cost of experimentation as well as the time.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So Darshan Joshi, right. Darshan Joshi, you can ask.
Hello.
You can
Yes,
speak,
sir.
Darshan. Yeah.
I am audible.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're audible.
Sir, I had a doubt that if I select a topic on which very limited material is available from
Okay.
various sources, so how can I proceed in such type of a topic?
See, whether a topic may be having vast research or it may be the minute research with it. For example, you are telling
Okay.
in that particular area and the particular material, very less research work has done. You must understand whether the research has done less work because of the less application or not, or it may be means we have to thoroughly understand the literature reviews, or it may why it
Okay.
has not done the work. Then
Okay.
only you can able to identify the problem in the particular research areas.
Okay.
So for this, a proper review, that is summary of the literature you have to write, as well as gap you have to identify. Suppose if limited work is done, similar material as other work, how the researcher have done, you can take those things as a reference and you can carry out the research in this. And you have to give a particular application for your material, where it will be used and where it will going to be used. So if that is the case, you can carry out your research, even any new material or new topic of your own the choice.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Any other the clarifications from anyone? So anyone want to ask in any point or in any the process which he has covered today's session? So if there is no clarifications, we'll proceed to the next. Raghavendra?
Yes, sir. So I request a few participants to give their valuable feedbacks about the 4 days faculty development program.
Letter.
Okay, now the participants, all the participants are unmuted, so you can able to give the feedback about our 4 days faculty development program.
प्रिंसिपल कर रहे थे और सोमवार
So we'll do one thing. Whoever is interested to give feedback, just you post it in the chat box so that only that participant I will unmute, or else a lot of noise in between we are getting it. So anyone you want to give feedback about this 4 days program? So or any suggestions in for future improvement you can give here. For which type of the similar kind of the faculty development program you are expecting, those things, and you can share your the experience. Just post it in the chat box. I'll unmute you, so you can give 1 or 2 words you can say. Dr. Umashankar case. Professor Suhas. Send you 1 or 2 so you can share your feedback. Vasant Kumar, okay.
Hello.
You can start, Vasant.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I'm attending from the day one, this FDP. So it was so informative, and actually it is useful for everyone, like those who are in the research field, from the beginning to those who are in the stage of submitting their research work. So, and we are looking forward for such type of FTPs in future. Thank you, CGR sir and Raghavendra sir, for organizing this FDP. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for your feedback. Anyone is interested? Sunil Kumar, you can give another. It's audible. Yeah, you are audible.
Very good afternoon to all. So myself, Sunil Kumar from Kendra Engineering College, Bangalore. So this FDP on research methodology was very useful, and it was organized in a very good manner, and all the resource persons were very informative, and all of them shared their knowledge in a very in-depth and good manner. And we would like to thank CJR sir and Raghavendra sir and Prashant Pai sir for organizing this FDP. And from my side, I request CJR sir and his team under this Sanatana Research Academy to conduct more FDPs and webinars on this. So it will our type. So thank you once again for organizing this FDP.
So definitely, we are in the process of organizing similar kind of the workshop or FDP. Sure, it will be intimated to you. Say anyone, so you can Anand. Now you can speak, Anand.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
It was great pleasure that the session was very good from day 1 to day 4, and I thank to CGR sir for organizing a great, excellent FDP regarding research methodology, and it was more useful so that we can make very easy research and a very good project or upcoming project. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any more participants you want to share? Dr. Jayana, so you can share your the experience. Okay, thank you for your valuable feedback. Raghavendra, you can continue.
Gratitude is the essence of humanity. Now I thank today's speaker, Dr. Manjaya M, National Institute Telangana for informative session. So thank Dr. Ramachandra CG, Managing Director, and Dr. Raghavendra Prasad, MD, Research and Training Institute for their involvement in organizing this webinar. So finally, I thank all the participants all over the India for active participation all the 4 days of 4 days FDP program.
Thank you, everyone. Before concluding our the fourth day session, so let me give you the overall the summary of this 4-day workshop. So the basic idea behind this 4 days FDP to motivate, to encourage the people, those who are doing research and those who are in complete stage, and we have got very good response. Around 176 participants have got registered, so across the country and even outside the country, and many have requested because of their other the academic the activities and all, so every day they could not able to attend. So that's why, so every day we are recording the session as well as we are uploading in our the YouTube channel. So anyone, so anytime they can go to YouTube and they can download it, they can go through it. And mainly the research, as if all the 4 speakers they have given in their perspective, but research is a vast field. In any way you can consider it research. In a very simple way, if I want to communicate to you, research, in that only you are having an answer. If you separate re and search, then research means already somebody else has come to some the findings or conclusion. Once again, in depth you are searching in that, and you are finding out your own findings and you are updating the same work. So this is what, with that intention you have to start. And the many, as per many speakers, the steps to be followed, starting from your the day, from your topic which you are going to select, and a thorough literature survey, how to do it to check whether, so what kind of work has been done in this particular area, and what best you can contribute to the same field. So literature summary you will write, and you have to identify the research gap, formulation of the problem statement, objectives, methodology also. In detail you have to do it, including your data collection, analysis, whatever it is, step by step procedure, resultant discussions, validating of your the entire result, so conclusions, sessions. So this all for all these steps, so you have to plan it properly. Planning your entire research work, apart from your the personal life as well as your the professional life, you need to dedicate yourself for your the research. You have to find some time exclusively for your research. So dedication is very, very important, and you have to commit yourself for the research. And first and most thing is, you have to come out from your comfort zone. So this is very, very important. So you have to start your research by knowing anything about that topic. Then when you go in depth in that, automatically, so the lot of information you are getting, and you are contributing to the society as well as your the entire community also. So as I told, come out from your research. For a successful researcher, so what are the skills that you have to attain? It has been discussed in various things. So all those things you built in yourself, so automatically you can become a successful researcher. So this is the starting program we have planned. Actually, my intention to give a complete package for all the researcher, those who are doing research. So after this program, even I'm planning for 1-day session for the plagiarism, because whether it is thesis report or else your journal, so we have to give importance for your the content of your the thesis or the paper. Okay, so how to take care of your plagiarism aspects in your either the journal paper or the your the thesis. So soon I'll be organizing one by one speaker this plagiarism aspects, and including most of the colleges. So they are asking the faculties to write for proposal, get the fund, write for proposal in our under our organization, get funding. Okay, so then only your next the year increment or promotion, whatever it is, like that. So in that aspect also, I'm trying good experts in this the field, how to write a good technical paper, what are the which is involved, steps which is involved, and even how to write a good proposal to the any government body like your DRV, even VQ and AICTE, VTST, all those things. So give some more time. So one after the other, the complete package I'm going to give, and even how to apply for a patent, what are the steps involved in that. So that is also, it is there in my mind to organize and the FDP and patenting also. And even this yesterday I have told some because statistical tools are more important now for nowadays research. So to update your the data and all, to give the inference for your data, whatever so you have taken from your work, to analyze that. So I am searching one expert in the field of statistical the software or the statistical data, how to get the interpretation of those things. So if I give the complete this the information, then it will be a proper foundation for any researchers automatically. So we are creating way to reach your the research. That's what the skills whatever. So we are giving here for your the successful research career. So in this, so expect few more the similar kind of the events from us. Thank you for your participation, and once again, thank all the participants. Thank you.